Hello and welcome. I'm glad you could join me for yoga. I'm practicing on my rug rather than on a mat because a mat on top of the rug makes it feel very cushiony and unstable. So I'm better off without a mat. I will continue to use the orientation to the sides of the mat and the front end of the mat to help you along the way. So take a moment to get settled in. Find your comfortable seat. It does not have to be cross-legged. Sometimes people prefer to have one leg out or both legs out, or maybe even, just something like this. This is fine too. Whatever is comfortable for you throughout this practice is what you should be doing. I offer options, invitation into certain things, but only you know what's best for you. So find a way to be comfortable and take the time to get settled. Take those few moments to shift and adjust as your body gets comfortable, finds its sweet spot. But even as you're comfortable, also pay attention to the alignment of your spine. From the tailbone through the crown of your head, allow yourself to be nice and tall. Maybe shrug your shoulders up and lower them down. Shake it out. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you may. I'll give you verbal cues to everything. You can just glance at this screen every once in a while to see if you're doing what I've suggested. But I try to make it as much verbally cued as possible so that you don't have to watch what I'm doing. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, you can just glance down at the end of your mat. Not gathering any information, just looking beyond what's there. And as you settle, feel your breath settle. Comes to a more resting rhythm as the body settles. Feel the breath coming in, feel the breath going out. Don't need to do anything to it or with it, except feel it. As you put your attention on your breath, it helps to settle the mind some. But if the mind needs a little more settling, you can use an internal mantra or affirmation. One that I like to use from Thich Nhat Hanh is, on the inhale, say to yourself, I calm my body. And as you exhale, I smile. And let yourself smile. I calm my body. I smile. Maybe you've noticed your mind has kicked in and created some thoughts and tried to drag you away. Maybe not drag, but just entice you very easily away from your breath and body. When that happens, just notice that's happened and come back and feel fully that next breath coming in and going out. I calm my body. I smile. If you like, bring your hands in front of your heart in Namaste pose or Anjali Mudra. Namaste translated means, in its long version, is I honor that place in you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor that place in you which is of light, love, peace, truth. And when you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. If you like, you may join me chanting 1 Om to tune the vibrational energy of my body and your body to the vibrational energy of all of creation. Take a breath in. Namaste. Now we're going to begin by lying on our backs on the mat. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me and I can see you a little bit better. So get down onto the mat any way that works for you. Feet flat on the mat, bring them back toward the buttocks a little bit. Wiggle around until you're comfortable. And we're just going to begin by letting your knees, bring your arms out to the side, and letting your knees drop from side to side. So on each exhale, let them drop to one side. Exhale. Inhale up, exhale to the other side. This just begins to loosen up the hips, the spine, the shoulders, the chest. Finish with the second side and then come back up to center. And then bring your knees onto your chest without touching them. Take a breath in and let them both legs drop to the left as you exhale. Inhale up, exhale to the other side. Now what's different here is that in order to move, particularly the lifting back up of the legs, you're now engaging some of your core muscles, all those muscles attached to the spine. And in the front, the belly muscles, those nice strong abs that we have. Let's do one more set, each side, finishing with the second side. And then come back to center. This time you can hold the legs a little bit and move around. Make sure your back is comfortable. Roll side to side or up and down a little bit. Another practice I like to do is put your hands on top of each knee. Keep the knees together. And just make a small, slow circle. But pay attention to the contact of your back on the mat. Feeling that sacrum being massaged by this gentle movement. And then reverse the direction. Keep breathing. And when you're done, come back to center. Put your feet flat on the mat. And we'll do a couple of breathing exercises. When you take a deep breath in, let the whole front of the body lift. The tailbone goes down, the shoulder blades go down your back, behind your spine. As you exhale, draw your navel to spine, pelvic floor up, and press the low back to the spine, and let your tailbone tilt up and your chin tilt down. Inhale, the whole front of the body lifts, the chin lifts up, the tailbone goes down. Exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor up, press the chin down, the tailbone lifts. Just do that a couple more times, helping to warm up the spine and pay deep attention to the breath. We're exaggerating what is naturally happening in the body when you breathe anyways. And do one more. Keep breathing though. Just end the practice of the exaggerated breath. And just wiggle it out. Make sure you're comfortable. And just feel your breath find its natural rhythm again. And then draw your knees to your chest again. And this time begin to lengthen them up toward the sky. They don't need to come straight. If you want a nice gentle bend in the knees, pressing the low back to the floor, you can. Inhale, open the legs. Exhale, bring them toward each other. Draw the belly button toward the spine, the pelvic floor up. to engage the nice strong core muscles. Let's do one more. Good, and then bring the knees back in. Hold the knees, work out any tension in the spine if it's been created through the movement. Come back to center position and center and stillness. And then extend the left leg up toward the sky, however straight it becomes is fine. And as you exhale in slow motion, take it down toward the floor. If halfway is where it works for you, that's fine. And then you're going to bring it back in. Then do the other leg. Inhale it up. Exhale slow motion down to whatever level feels safe and enjoyable for your low back. Don't want to compromise your low back in any way. As we develop the strong belly muscles, core muscles, then the low back doesn't have to work so hard. But we work in nice slow motion so that we're not relying on momentum to move us. We are actually developing muscle. Check in with your jaw and your shoulders. Can they be soft and relaxed while you do this? Focusing the energy in the belly and in the legs. One more set, both sides, left and then right. Good. And again, hold the knees, roll a little, make sure you're comfortable. And then bring your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, take the right elbow toward the left knee and extend the right leg out. Inhale and exhale the other side. Inhale and exhale. Again, we're moving nice and slowly so that we can develop that nice strong muscle tone in the belly and in the thighs. You stop whenever you need to and just hold the legs and relax the body. We'll do one more set. And then relax back down. Shake it out. You want to put the feet down and wiggle around. Anything that feels good to you to work out any tension that might have been created. And just take a moment to be still. On the inhale, I calm my body. On the exhale, I smile. Bring the knees to the chest without holding them and extend them toward the sky. Again, they do not have to be fully straight, but you're going to press out through the heels, lengthening through the legs, whatever level of straightness you have. And then take the left leg about halfway down toward your mat, holding the right leg upright and breathing. Now, if you need support for the pose, take your hands around the upright thigh, and that can help to relieve it a little bit. If you can, see if you can release and then hold so that you're developing that strength and you're not just holding, but you're finding moments of being able to hold it, the belly muscles without the assist of the hands. And then bring that leg up, take the knees to the chest and take a little rest. And when you feel ready, press both feet to the sky again, whatever level of straightness is safe for you, and then lower the right leg down about halfway. Draw the belly button toward the spine and the spine toward the floor. Keep breathing though. Just because you hold the strong belly muscles doesn't mean you hold your breath. Again, you can hold behind the upright leg. Maybe do some hold and some release so you get some of the belly developing. And when both sides feel balanced, bring that leg back up, bring the knees to the chest, and just rock it out a little bit side to side, or the circles, or up and down. Good. And then put your feet to the mat and lengthen them out. Bring your hands alongside the body, and we're going to come up using the nice strong belly muscles. Now, this is developing skill, so if you're not there yet, bend your knees and hold behind your thighs to bring you up. But if you can, bring your hands alongside, thumbs face the sky, and just activate your legs and lift your head to look at your feet. And take a couple of breaths here, engaging the belly muscles. And then come up a little bit and hold here, engaging the belly muscles. Keep breathing. And come a little higher, holding those belly muscles. And a little higher. And higher. And then bend the knees generously and just hang over your thighs. Let your low back loosen up. Ease out a little bit. And then come up. Now I'm going to turn to face you at this point, but you can be whatever works for you, whatever way it works for you. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Your feet don't need to be close into the body. They can be out a little bit, making more of a diamond shape. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, gently hinge at the hips, bringing the torso forward. We're not rounding down toward the legs. We're just extending the spine forward. And then come up. And we're going to play with working with the legs a little bit. Bring the right leg out, the left leg in. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide that arm down the extended leg. Inhale up, and then slide away from that leg. We're just opening up this hip a little bit. Let's go back and forth a couple of times. This time, stay there when you slide over it. Now lift that upper shoulder up and back so that you're not rounding forward. You're bringing it up and back, taking the sides of the body down over that leg. Your left arm can either come alongside the ear or it can wrap around the back, whatever way works for you that feels good. Keep breathing. On an inhale, come up, turn to face the leg and stretch out over that leg again, hinging at the hip, reaching the heart center toward the toes. Breathing. Just noticing where you feel the stretch. You might feel it in the hamstring, you might feel it in the inner thigh on either leg. If you feel it in the knee at any point, you want to adjust. And if that means to take this leg open a little or not bend so far forward, you can do that. Just make sure you're not having any kind of pinching in the knee. And then come up. Bring the extended leg in. And just feel the balance in the center. Leaning forward again. And then come up and take the other leg out. Leaving the right leg in. And we'll just gently slide toward that leg. As you exhale, inhale up, exhale, slide away from that leg. Just loosening up that hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And this time when you go over, stay there. And again, you're lifting that upper shoulder up and back. You can look straight ahead, you can look up, you can look down. Pay attention to what feels right for your neck. Doesn't matter where this hand reaches. If you're here, that's beautiful. That's your stretch. If we're all at our safe edge, we're all getting the benefit of the pose as we're intended. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. I calm my body. I smile. And then come gently up, turn to face the leg, and reach forward again. Again, taking the heart toward the toes. breathing. And gently come up when you feel balanced on both sides. And then take that leg back into Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. Gently reaching the heart forward. And then we'll let both legs come out at the same time. If you want a gentle bend in the knees, feel free to put a gentle bend in the knees. They don't have to be super wide. You find that place that feels just right for you. Bring the hands in front of you and gently walk the hands forward as you hinge at the hips, keeping a nice long spine. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the position of the spine. We're not rounding down and humping over. We're extending and leaning. You see that difference. Now, if you tend to be pretty flexible and can get way down, add the element of strength by taking your hands to your toes and instead of supporting your body here, you're working all the inner thigh muscles for strength as well. And breathe. And then slowly come back up. And bend the knees and bring the legs toward each other, the feet toward each other again, coming back into bound angle pose. Bring your knees up. You can assist with the hands if you like. I'm going to turn sideways again. You don't have to keep turning back and forth. That's just so you can see me. We're going to take ourselves back down onto the mat using the strong belly muscles again. Again, the legs can either be straight or they can be slightly bent. You want to make sure there's nothing behind you when you go back down. And we're going to go down in slow motion again. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to lower down, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. When you need to take an inhale, pause the movement for that inhale, and then move on the exhale. And again, you can hold behind the legs. You can bring your hands back behind you to protect your low back. It's your choice. And get yourself down slowly. Once you get down, just take a breath and let everything go for a mini rest. And then bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Cross your left leg over your right leg, either at the ankle, at the calf, or at the knee. And you'll know which to do once we go to the next step. So what we're going to do now is let both legs fall to the right, stretching into the left hip and twisting the left side of the body. So if you don't get much stretch at the ankle, cross it over a little bit more until you feel the right amount of stretch. So this left shoulder is grounded or working toward the floor as this left hip is pulling across the body. And then slowly come back up, uncross your legs, realign your hips and your shoulders, and then take the right leg over the left leg, either at the ankle or the calf or the knee, and slowly drop them to that side, to the left side, adjusting the cross until you get the right amount of stretch for you. Taking that right shoulder back toward the floor. It doesn't have to reach the floor if it's not going to, but just that's the twist, that's the stretch. Upper body is going to the right, lower body is going to the left. Just enjoy your breath. And when your body feels balanced with both sides, slowly bring yourself back up. Uncross the legs, realign your hips and your shoulders. And we'll settle into Shavasana. You can either have the knees bent with them leaning toward each other, arms out either at a T or just out to the side, or cactus arms, and then you can, or on your belly. And then, or you can have the legs nice and long, take them a little wider than hip width apart, let the feet fall away from each other. The most important thing in final relaxation pose or Shavasana is that you are comfortable, that you can be relaxed. So if neither of these work for you, just get into a comfortable position where every part of your musculoskeletal system can be at ease. Bring your awareness to your hips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, feel the weight of the hips and the legs and the heels just drop to the ground. Continue to breathe. And then on another inhale, starting again at the hips, but we'll move up this time. As you exhale, feel the weight of your pelvis, spine, ribs, shoulders, arms release to the ground. Now starting at the shoulders and going up, take a breath in, and as you exhale, feel the weight of the shoulders, neck, and head release to the ground. Let the earth receive your weight. Let go of everything. Feel a softening through your forehead, your temples, your cheeks, your jaw. Follow the wave of breath coming in and going out as your body rests. I will bring us back with the sound of the chime. Before you begin moving, just notice your awareness coming back into the body if it's gone deep within. Letting that awareness travel down into your fingers and your toes, and then bringing gentle movements there to respectfully awaken the body from its deep rest. Then move your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, head and neck, and when you're ready, gently push yourself up to a seated position, and we'll close the class together. If you like, you can bring your hands in front of your heart, again in Namaste pose. And we'll chant one Om, take a breath in. Namaste. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.